Okay, so today guys I will teach you how to calculate this pump work scenario. Okay, because students are having some certain doubts related with how to calculate the pump work, because many are doing some wrong techniques. So okay, so now I will teach you that. So now guys, now here we have the turbine, right? So after the turbine, usually we are going to condense that, because after that we have the condensation process. So for that we are going to use a condenser. So the condensation process starts at the end of the turbine process. Now just imagine the turbine process ends at 10 kPa. Just think like that. So the turbine process ends at 10 kPa. So then we are going to send that to the condenser. So condensation means like we are going to get liquid water. Okay, so after the condensation process also, that means after the condenser, then what is the pressure? That is also same as the condenser input pressure, that is 10 kPa, right? So condensation starts at 10 kPa. So after the condenser process, so after the condense also, what you have is the same pressure value, which is 10 kPa. Okay, so now guys think, now here we have the pump, because now the case is in this circuit we are using a feed water heater also, right? So usually if you have the low pressure turbine there, mostly this must be the open feed water heater, right? So but don't worry about whether this is open feed water heater or closed feed water heater. Just think here we have the heater, right? So in order for this heating process to happen, we need to give some amount of energy for the heater also. Just think that there is a heater in order to heat the feed water. Okay, so now in order for this heater to work, we need to give some energy. So how we are going to give that energy? So we are going to give that energy from the turbine. Now say for this heater we are going to give some steam, or we can say some extracted steam at 500 kPa, right? So we are going to give that uh, energy to the heater. So after that heating process also, what you will get is water, right? So the pressure of that water also same as 500 kPa. After the heater process you will be getting water, so that water pressure is also same as 500 kPa, which is the source pressure. Source pressure means 500 kPa is the steam input. So after heating you will be getting water, so that pressure is also 500 kPa. So now the fact is, after you get the condenser output from there, you can't directly give like this, you need to use a pump over there. So after like collecting this condenser water, right, water from the condenser, you need to pump that to the heater, right? So now the problem is how you are going to calculate this pump work, right? The case is very easy. So now we can just focus here. So now the pump work equals Vf2 times the pressure difference, guys. Okay, I will tell you. So what is this P2? You can say pump input. What is this P2? This is pump input pressure. So what is P3? The required output. That is the required output, right? The input pressure to the pump and the output from the pump, because we can't do this automatically, that is why we are using a pump, right? So how to determine that? I told you, after this heating process, after this heater, what we are getting is 400 kPa water. In order for this to happen, the pump output, I mean the expected output from this pump also must be 500 kPa. So simple logic. So that means what is P3? That means P3 equals 500 kPa. So that is the scenario. So this pump work equals Vf2 times P3 minus P2. So you know P3 expected output 500, P2 the input to the pump, which is 10. Be careful about the units, that is kPa, kilopascals. Now what is this guy? Right, so this is the specific volume, that means meter cube divided by kilogram. So how you are going to get this value? So okay, so you can refer the saturated water pressure table, right? From there you can find this specific volume under what pressure. Guys, you have to be very careful, because in case if you are going to get the wrong values, it will be another problem. Because guys, those like, okay, let me tell you like that. So now here I told you, you need to calculate something called Vf2, right? So now this Vf2 means, this Vf2 means the specific volume at, have to be very careful, this must be the specific volume at 10 kPa, right? It is not 500 kPa. Be very careful. Specific volume at 10 kPa. This you can find from the saturated water pressure table. So if you calculate that Vf2, you will obtain as 0.001010. So that is the value you are going to obtain for the specific volume. In case if you are going to find the specific volume accidentally for 500 kPa, I think that is also would be 0.00, I think yeah, I think it is 1093. Now see, the gap is very less, but even though it is less, if you have considered this one, definitely your answer must be wrong. So you have to be very careful. So now that is how you are going to evaluate the pump work, right? 500 minus 10, output from the pump, input to the pump, and the specific volume at what pressure? Specific volume at pump input pressure. Again I am saying specific volume at pump input pressure, because now this is the pump, this is the input pressure to the pump, which is 10 kPa. So the pump work will be 0.4949 kilojoules per kilogram. I think that is clear. So in case if you know that pump work, in case if you need to find the enthalpy at here, the enthalpy at here is H3. So in case if you need to find that, so what is that H3? H3 equals H2 plus that pump work. This we calculated, right? H2 also you can find, that is the enthalpy of water, the HF line at 10 kPa, right? So that is 191.81. So plus this pump work, so that is the enthalpy H3, that is the enthalpy of water at here, right? So that is the scenario. Okay, so now I will teach you the shortcut of calculating the pump work. Guys, that is also easy, right? Now here we evaluated the pump work in the accurate manner. Okay, now I will teach you the shortcut. Okay, now you know, in this, if you are going to consider this pump, there is the input part and the output part. So what is the input part pressure? 10 kPa. What is the output part pressure? 500 kPa. And you know how to get this 500 kPa, because after this heater output, because input pressure that is given to the heat is 500 kPa, so after the heater output you will be getting 500 kPa water. So in order to satisfy that, that respected output from the pump must be 500 kPa. So that is how you are going to obtain this value. Okay, done. So now I am going to teach you the shortcut of finding the pump work. Guys, that is also easy. Now carefully listen, I mean the shortcut. Okay, so that equals 100 multiplied by 1/1000, just shortcut. Okay, that is for the unit conversion, and you will see how it comes. 100 multiplied by 1/1000 and the difference of the pump input pressure, so difference of the pump output pressure and the pump input pressure in bar. Be very careful, that's in bar. Okay, now here these guys are in bar, right? 100 multiplied by 1/1000 into the difference of pump output and pump input in bar, because I told you what is the output, 500 kPa. 500 kPa means 5 bar. Pump input 10 kPa, 10 kPa means 0.1 bar. So 100 1/1000 into 5 minus 0.1. So the value is 0.49. I think that is also same as the value that we obtained earlier. So that's a little shortcut. Okay, I mean, just keep in mind, right? Okay guys, bye bye, over and out.